Hello Kickstarter people, welcome to a quick rundown of Soul Wars, the new trading card game. We're going to be going through turn startup, we're going to show you how to do a battle, some of the cards, what they are, what some of them do. You've also got, at the end we'll have a quick match between me, myself Vastro, and my friend Scott, who will be here to demo the two decks. We'll have the Vampire deck and the Succubus deck, but we'll get to that later. As you can see, you've got your 40 card deck sitting here, which has got all your monsters, only monsters, not anything else in there. You have your Grimoire, which is your kind of spells, and your commander zone. You do have your Abyss, which is your graveyard sort of area here, and this is where your damage goes. Again, we'll get to that when we get to your turn startup. First, as you can see, this is the back of the cards. We do have a different design, a much better design than what we currently have. This was just a kind of play test for the testing of the game. First off, we'll start by showing you the commander. Every commander starts off as a base level. He sits to the side and has a wee kind of basic ability. As the game goes on, you acquire a level 1 commander, which you use to level him up. Again, we'll explain the more details of that later on. And as the game progresses again, it goes on to the level 2 commander, who has a last stand ability, which again we'll cover later on. Next, you have your monsters. There's specific monsters in this game that have specific abilities. You can only run 3 cards with any one of these abilities on it. For example, you have your flying monsters, who fly around, can't be hit by anything unless it's a ranged or another flying. You have double strike. This card has the ability to attack a monster and then attack a monster again, or you could attack a monster and then attack your opponent directly. But if you do not attack a monster first, it cannot attack your opponent twice. You then have your ranged. Ranged units can attack flying units. You next have your melee units. Melee, similar to ranged, they can stun almost any unit that's not flying. Then you have your counter unit. Counter is basically, as it says, it's the only unit in the game that when attacked can hit back against your opponent's monster. Whereas obviously every other monster in the game can't really do that. You then have Defender. Defender is the only card in the game that allows you to attack with it one turn, and while it's exhausted, it can still defend. You then have your Swift monster. Swift, as you may guess from the name, as soon as it comes into play, you can attack with it right away, as every monster in this game comes in with summoning sickness or any other sort of one turn delay, is depending on what game you play. And lastly, you have your persistent monster. Persistent monsters must have damage done more than their damage twice to kill them. So this monster, you would have to hit it for at least 400 damage and then hit it for 400 damage again to successfully kill it. As you may notice, all the cards have a circle at the bottom, which again, the card design has been modified, and we will show you a much better design of it on the Kickstarter page. So this isn't the final design, don't worry about that. But as you can see here, it has your Soul Crystal, which shows you how much it costs to play that card. Again, we'll explain that as we go through the turn startups and how to play. Like, as you can see, this monster takes 3 to play, whereas this one only takes 2. But again, we'll cover that later on. Thank you very much.
Hi guys, Scott here. I'm just going to teach you how to do your turn startup. So, usual, I'm sure you've played card games before. Each player roll a dice to see who goes first, or rock, paper, scissors, whatever you prefer. Then, once that's decided, you draw your 5 cards, both players. Now, you get 1 mulligan, but just for talking sake, I'm not going to mulligan, but the mulligan is you just, if you don't like your hand, all 5 cards go back to deck, shuffle your deck, draw another 5. So, just going to keep this hand for now. once that's decided, once everything's sorted, you then put the top 5 cards into your damage zone. These will be explained a little further when we actually show you the proper game, but when you take a damage, essentially you pick one of these up, adds to your hand. So can be used as resource and stuff like that. So once everything's sorted, you're ready to start. So whoever decided they were going first draws 1 card. Now, at the beginning of your turn, the first thing people tend to do is, or the first thing you have to do is put a soul. Any card can go into your soul. These are your resources to play cards. So the only things that can't go into soul at this point are these cards. That's 2 level 2s. You have to be on the same level as these before you can use these as soul. So if you've got a level 1 and you're level 1, you can put that in. If you're level 2, for instance, you can put this into your soul, and it can be used as resource as well. Then once you've got your soul put in, if you've got enough resource, you can tap this and play a level 1. Or if you've got 2, you can put a level 2 on board as well. You can play multiple monsters in the same turn, as long as you've got enough resource. So we're going to talk about the Grimoire cards as mentioned before. You probably noticed the extra deck sitting. So what these are, it's like your commander's personal spells, or his like kind of attacks and skills. So to get access to these, to draw from this deck, it costs 3 soul. So it's just like playing a beast. So when you spend your 3 soul, you draw from the top of the deck. Now, when you draw from the top of the deck, if you choose to, you can actually cast these instantly without any cost. So, do you want to show the camera? So you probably noticed that the soul crystal does have a cost. That is cost of 1. So if I chose to keep this in my hand until a later turn when the time arises to play it, I just, as long as I have the soul to play it, just tap 1 and play it, and then just follow the effect. In this case, this is send one of my minions to the grave, or the abyss, and destroy one of my opponents. So there's a bunch of different effects with these. There's 10 Grimoire cards in the Grimoire deck. There can be no more or no less. So you have to choose wisely.
It should be fine. Can see your damage. You can see.
You see this here?
I can see your rolls and can see my damage. Maybe bring your damage a wee teeny bit closer because you can see it. But aye,
That better?
that's perfect. Cool.
Okay.
Right, we're going to show you a quick battle. Currently, as you can see, turn's currently going on. My turn's just ended. It's now Scott's turn to attack or play his field.
Yeah, I just took a bit of damage there, so set my turn, draw a card. I'll place 1 card into my soul, and then I'll tap 3 soul to summon my resurrected knight. He is actually has the ability Swift, so he can attack on the turn he's summoned. And I will. There's nothing else I can do, so I'll declare an attack against your commander.
As you can see, I have 2 minions in the field. Unfortunately, both my minions are currently exhausted from attacking the previous turn, meaning neither of these can block. Scott's in a situation where he can choose to attack my commander directly and cause me some damage, or he could have declared an attack upon one of my exhausted minions. If his attack's higher than my defense, my minion dies. The minion doesn't do any attack damage back unless it has counter, which this one has. But he's decided to attack my commander directly.
The reason if I attacked this, it would have struck back and killed my Swift guy, my Resurrected Knight. And as explained earlier, the persistent ability, it requires to be essentially killed twice. So the only option for me was to attack Vastro's commander here.
So as I've got no response to that, can't do anything here, I'll take my point of damage. When taking a point of damage, you choose a card from your damage zone and add it to your hand. You have the option when taking damage to quick play it onto the field. Now, if, in this example, I draw this card, it has 1 cost, I have an active soul, I may choose to play this soul to bring this card into the field active right now. It currently has Summoning Sickness, so obviously it can't do really anything, but as it's my opponent's turn, it doesn't really matter. If he had another monster and he could have attacked again, this would have potentially saved me.
But it just means that when I end my turn, which I will be at this moment, on Vastro's turn, will lose Summoning Sickness and they'll be able to attack.
Yeah. So as his turn's ended, nothing else to play. Activate my units, activate all my soul. I now have an additional guy that I didn't have before that is active, so I would draw my card and I would play out my turn with what I've got.
And it's not looking good for me at this point. So we're just going to give you a wee explanation about blocking and defending from attacks. So Vastro's turn is just ended, so I'm going to start by drawing. Then I'm going to add a soul and then tap all 3 to summon my Resurrected Knight, which has Swift, so it can attack on the turn it's summoned. So I'll start off by declaring an attack against Vastro's commander.
As you can see,
this would be the blocking phase.
Yeah, as it enters he's declared his attack, it now enters the blocking stage. As compared to last time, I now have an active minion on the field. This active minion means that I can choose to block an attack, whether he chooses to attack my commander or say he had to attack another minion. As long as you have an active minion, you may intercept and attack. 90% of the time, a minion can't do damage, but they can intercept an attack. If the attack is higher than that minion's defense, that minion dies but blocks the attack. If the defense is equal to or less, nothing happens. The attack kind of just cancels out. Both minions are left alive. But in this situation, this actually has a counter ability, meaning as I block to protect my commander, his attack comes in. Unfortunately, I've only got 200 defense, meaning his 600 attack kills me, but my counter minion manages to hit him back over his 400 defense, killing him.
Which kills us both. And now that that attack's resolved, I will attack with my Feral Vampire, which is 500 attack into the commander.
Yeah. In this situation, you may be thinking, I can't defend, but actually this minion here is the defender minion. Defender minion is the only minion in the game that can attack on his turn and exhaust himself, but also defend while exhausted, meaning that he can come in and save the commander even though he's currently exhausted. But as you can see, his attack is 500, my defense is 500, meaning my defender manages to block the attack and stay alive. Unfortunately, the defender is really weak and obviously doesn't have counter, so he does no damage to his, so the attack cancels itself out, and that's essentially the end of that turn. His minion's exhausted from attempting the attack, defender's still alive, commander takes no damage. As you can see, we've got another wee battle set up for you guys to show you another wee bit how the gameplay works. I've drew my turn, played all my cards. I'm just about to enter my battle phase against Scott. Now, melee units have the ability to stun any ground units, meaning unfortunately Scott's got a flying, which means I can't stun this. And when it stuns a ground unit, it essentially kind of nullifies its effects for a turn. You think of it as if you're hitting them over a club and knocking them out. They can't really do much. But to do so, I have to exhaust my minion to do it. So I shall be exhausting my melee minion, allowing me to stun his counter minion, meaning it can't counter, allowing my little guy over here, who has 600 attack, whereas he only has 200 defense, to declare an attack and kill him. He could counter with he's flying, but it would die, and then my ranged guy would kill him anyway. So this kills his unit because it's unable to counter, meaning my guy stays alive. Now, again, as I said, flying before can't really be targeted unless you're hitting it with another flying unit or another ranged unit, because obviously ranged arrows, pew pew.
Yeah.
So my ranged guy can shoot his flying and pretty much kill
Nothing
it.
much I can do, so it also dies.
Flying can be a bit of a pain to get around unless you've got another flying or a ranged unit in the field.
And there's a few abilities, as you've seen before, that can just destroy stuff. Any unit as well.
Yeah.
So
There's spells in there to get around, but we'll let you get to see that for yourselves when the time comes round. Unfortunately, as much as I've cleared these field away, I no longer have any active units, and I would just have to end my turn here.
yeah. Vastro's just delivered an onslaught, and I'm down to 1 card left in my damage zone, so I'm going to start my turn. And sadly, I don't have any minions in hand, as you can see there. So I will have to pass my turn there.
Just so you know as well, what Scott forgot to mention is
Yeah.
once per turn, you may level up your commander. As you will see, you have a level 1 and a level 2. You can't level up all of them in the same turn, but once per turn you level up. As he was already level 1, he can now go up to level 2,
Yeah.
which gains him the last stand ability, which we'll get to in a second.
Yeah.
As Scott finished his turn, it is now myself.
Yep.
I shall reactivate all my minions and activate all my soul and draw my card. Unfortunately, as with Scott, I don't have a minion to play. But as I am only in base level, I can level up to level 1. It does have an effect, but I will not use it, and you can let you see that later on. You know, you can experience that for yourselves. So, as I have nothing else to do, I will attack Scott. So I will attack with my range guy.
And nothing I can do, so I do have to take it. And now, if I drew a minion, I would be able to instant cast it because I do have the resources, as you can see. But unfortunately, I drew into another level 1 of my commander. So I again back to Vastro's attacks.
Yep.
So my last stand ability will activate, and I get to. What it does is I turn an enemy minion into a vampire, and I take control of it until the end of the game. The minion is also treated as a vampire until the end of the game as well. So I will steal his defender, and that stops his attacks for the turn.
Yep. So now I no longer have another attacker to end the game, because as I said, once all 5 damage is gone, needs one last attack to kill you. But as he stole my guy, I can't attack. It also now gives him quite a big beefy defender to defend for a couple of turns, get himself back on track. Both decks have a base commander, a level 1 commander, and a level 2 commander.
Yeah.
Level 2 being the highest level, and he has a last stand ability, which, as you saw there, as soon as all 5 damage is gone, your last stand ability activates instantly, resolving whatever the effect may be. And also they have another ability as well, but we'll let you find out that later.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much saved Scott. I would have to end my turn here and
Yep.
see how it goes from there.
Yeah, and probably won't do much, but we would just play the game out from there. Hopefully I can turn it around.
Unfortunately, you don't get to see what happens. I hope you liked that. That was the last video for any sort of kind of basic battle demonstrations. If there's any further questions or that you want to see without us spoiling too much of the game, just let us know and we'll try and throw together some videos for you to cover it. If we can't throw a video together, I'm definitely happy to answer any questions. Feel free to ask. I hope you enjoy it. I look forward to see how many get into Soul Wars, and I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you.